What if I told you there is a simple formula for building meals that keeps you satisfied for 6 hours, burn fat while you eat, and gives you steady energy all day? My name is Dr. Sumit Sharma, and today I'm sharing the exact formula that I use with my patients to improve their metabolic health. And it works whether they are vegetarian, non-vegetarian, or follow any other cultural cuisine. Last week, we looked at what happened to different foods in your body, how protein and fat helps you stay in a fat burning mode, while carbs flip it off. Today, we are putting knowledge into action with a simple formula that takes the guesswork out of eating for metabolic health. And as I mentioned, it works for all types of patients who attend my clinic, whether they are Indian, from US, or from Europe. The perfect metabolic meal has 4 components. And I want you to memorize this because this will change your life. Component 1, high quality protein. 30 to 40 grams of protein per meal is non-negotiable for optimal metabolic health. Component 2, healthy fats. 1 tablespoon or thumb size portion. Component 3, fiber-rich vegetables. 2 handfuls, unlimited amounts. Component 4, water as your main beverage. No sugary drinks because they break the metabolic form. Why 30 to 40 grams of protein? Research shows this is the sweet spot for maximizing muscle protein synthesis, your body's process of building and maintaining lean muscle mass. It also creates strong satiety signals that keeps you full for hours. And maximal thermic effect. Your body burn calories while digesting the protein. When you hit this protein target, along with healthy fats and fiber-rich vegetables, you create a metabolic harmony, stable mood, steady energy, continued fat burning, and staying fuller and satisfied for 5 to 6 hours. Top question I get it from vegetarians. I cannot get enough protein from my diet. Let me show you exactly how to get 30 to 40 grams of protein if you're a vegetarian. You just need to be strategic and combine sources. And it's absolutely doable with foods from all cuisines. Let me show you how. Let's start with European and Mediterranean food. 150 grams of Greek yogurt gives you 25 grams. Plus 15 almonds add another 9 grams. Plus 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds add 6 grams. That's 40 grams in total. Now let's look at Asian combination. 1.5 cups of cooked tofu provide 30 grams of protein. Or combine 1 cup of cooked lentils, 18 gram, with 100 gram of cottage cheese, that's 15 gram. That's 33 grams in total. Indian style, 150 grams of paneer gives you 27 grams of protein, plus half a cup of Greek yogurt, add another 12 grams. That's 39 grams total. Let's look at Western protein combo if you're a vegetarian. 1 cup of quinoa, cooked, provide 8 grams, plus 1 cup of black beans, add another 15 grams, plus 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, add 8 grams, that 31 grams in total. The key with vegetarian proteins is to combine different sources. So you complete amino acid profiles, all the building blocks for optimal protein synthesis. For non-vegetarians, reaching 30 to 40 grams of protein target in a meal is straightforward because animal proteins are complete and concentrated. Let's have a look. 150 grams of chicken breast gives you 30 to 37 grams of high quality complete protein. And it works with all cuisines like Mediterranean, Asian, or any other cuisine style. Fish, 150 grams of fish like salmon, cod, tuna, or mackerel provide 30 to 37 grams of protein. Fatty fish also gives you omega-3 fats. Eggs, 5 to 6 whole eggs give you 30 to 40 grams of protein plus healthy fats and choline for brain health. It's perfect for any breakfast style. Lean beef or lamb, 150 grams provide 30 to 35 grams of protein plus zinc, iron, and B vitamins. The advantage of animal proteins is they are complete. They provide all essential amino acids in the right proportion for humans. Let's talk about fat component. Healthy fats provide deep lasting satisfaction, and if you're not consuming them with processed carbs, they keep your fat burning switch on. I'm going to start with two examples which are my favorite. Number one, extra virgin olive oil. I think it's a metabolic gold and should be a part of the kitchen of every household. Next one, ghee. As an Indian, I admire the quality and the properties of ghee. It's incredible for high heat cooking and it contains fat soluble vitamins. Now, let's have a look at the other examples. Olives, 15 to 20 pieces, can be included at a part of the meal or half an avocado. Asian meals also contains sesame oil. I think it's excellent. 1 tablespoon. Tahini, again 1 tablespoon, or coconut oil for cooking. In Indian meals, as I said, ghee is an excellent source of fats and should be a part of every meal. Western diets, you can include nuts or seeds, 10 to 12 almonds, 6 to 8 walnut halves, or 2 tablespoons of mixed seeds. I think butter from grass-fed sources, a tablespoon, is also an excellent source, and fatty fish oils. The key to fats is you should include them in each and every meal because they slows digestion, keeps you deeply satisfied for hours, and ensure that you're absorbing fat-soluble vitamins. Let's talk about fiber-rich vegetables. As far as vegetables are concerned, we want maximum nutrients and fiber without disrupting the blood sugar. I think vegetables are essentially free foods. Eat as much as you want. And I will start with some of the examples from Mediterranean diet. I think they're my favorite. Also, I was in Greece. I thoroughly enjoyed lots of vegetables. Let's look at some of the examples. I'll start with spinach, arugula, zucchini, eggplant, bell peppers. They're all great. Although I think in Greece, a lot of people eat tomatoes. They should be consumed in moderation. Now, coming to Asian diet. Bok choy, Chinese broccoli, snow peas, mushrooms, cabbage, bean sprouts, excellent examples. In Indian diet, spinach, bottle gourd, cauliflower, okra, bitter gourd. Although all of these are great, I think out of them, spinach should be consumed with caution, especially by some people because it can cause kidney stones. Moving to Western diet, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, kale, lettuce, cucumber, great examples. Salads like all leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables work perfectly. So fill half of your plate with the vegetables. Vegetables provide volume, nutrients, and satisfaction without disrupting your metabolic state. Now I know many of you are thinking, what about bread, rice, pasta, and other carbs? The reality is carbs are metabolically not necessary. I understand. They are important culturally and socially to many people. If you choose to include carbs in your diet, here is how to minimize the metabolic damage. As far as consuming carbs is concerned, it comes down to two things. One, how you prepare them, and what do you do afterwards. Let's have a look at rice. Cook them normally. In my opinion, you should boil them and throw the starchy water. You cool them overnight in a refrigerator. This creates resistant starch your body cannot digest. Reheat and eat. This creates 30 to 40% less of an insulin spike as compared to eating rice the same day. I would like to add that I add a dollop of ghee or extra virgin olive oil before consuming because it further slows down the digestion, creates lesser of an insulin spike, and makes me full easily, so I consume less carbs. Number 2, bread. If you must have bread, ideally go for sourdough seeded bread and eat it immediately after a workout when your muscles can use the glucose directly. Never eat bread on an empty stomach. Let's look at pasta. Cook pasta, cool it completely, then reheat like rice. This creates the resistant starch. Always eat with plenty of protein and fat. And there is a sequence to eating. If you want to minimize the insulin spike, you can start with veggies first, then protein, then fat, and then carbs. If you can't separate them, just make sure that your carbs are coated with fat. This slows down the digestion, decreases the absorption of sugar, that is glucose, in your blood slowly, and creates lesser of an insulin spike. Now, comes down to potato, a very common dish. Cook potatoes, cool them overnight, then reheat it. Sweet potatoes are better than regular potatoes, but both benefit from this cooling process. Most importantly, if you are consuming carbs, make sure you are taking 15 to 20 minutes of walk after meals. This helps your muscles work and absorb glucose and prevents the insulin spike by up to 50%. This is non-negotiable. If you are consuming carbs, ensure that you're eating carbs mindfully, not scrolling on the phone or watching TV. Make sure you're chewing your food properly and paying attention to hunger signals. Carbs are not evil, but they are not necessary for optimal health. Eat them strategically, not habitually. Now, let's look at some examples and real meals from different cuisines. Let's start with Mediterranean breakfast. Greek yogurt, 150 grams. That's 25 gram protein, with mixed nuts, 10 gram protein, and spinach omelette, 8 gram protein. Cooked in olive oil, total 43 gram of protein. Asian lunch, tofu stir fry, 150 gram tofu, that's 30 gram protein, with bok choy and mushrooms, cooked in sesame oil. Indian dinner, chicken curry, 150 gram, that's 35 gram protein, with sauteed spinach, in ghee, no rice. Western breakfast, 5 eggs scramble, 30 gram protein, with avocado and sauteed vegetables in butter. Fusion lunch, salmon fillet, 150 grams, that's 35 gram protein, with Mediterranean vegetables drizzled with olive oil. Here is what happens metabolically when you consume these high protein, healthy fats, fiber rich meals. Hour 1. High protein triggers satiety hormones and slow digestion starts. Hour 2. Blood sugar remains stable, insulin remains low, and fat burning continues. Hour 3. Mental clarity and focus from steady energy supply. Hour 4 and 6. Deep satisfaction continues with zero cravings. That's metabolic freedom. Now, let me address the most common mistakes I see in my clinical practice, and it is not limited to any culture or cuisine. Mistake 1. Making carbs the center of every meal. Whether it's rice in Asia, pasta in Italy, or bread in Europe. These spike insulin and break the metabolic formula. Mistake 2. Not eating enough protein because cultural dishes are traditionally lower in protein. You may need to add extra protein sources to traditional meals. Mistake 3. Using too many seed oils in cooking. Yes, seed oils are toxic. Sunflower, canola, and vegetable oils are inflammatory. Stick to olive oil, coconut oil, ghee, or grass-fed butter. Mistake 4. Drinking calories. Whether it's fruit juices, smoothies, or specialty coffee drinks, they all spike insulin. Mistake 5. Eating too frequently. Many cultures have snacking traditions, but constant eating prevents fat burning. Here is what most people don't realize. When you are building your meals using this formula, you're not just eating differently, but you are reprogramming your body at the cellular level. Let me show you the difference between a standard meal and a metabolic meal. Standard breakfast: toast with jam, orange juice, coffee with sugar. What happens? Blood sugar skyrockets to 180 milligram per deciliter. Massive insulin dump, fat storage is activated, energy crash by 10 a.m. You are hungry again in 2 hours. So let's look at metabolic breakfast. 3-egg omelette with spinach, avocado, cooked in olive oil. What happens? Blood sugar stays at 90 milligram per deciliter. Minimal insulin response, fat burning continues, steady energy till lunch, deep satisfaction for 5 to 6 hours. This isn't about just feeling better. It's about turning your body from a sugar burning, fat storing machine to a fat burning, muscle building machine with every meal choice. Now, here is the part that will blow your mind: the compound effect of eating this way. In 30 days, the insulin sensitivity improves by 40%. Your body becomes efficient at using fat for fuel. In 90 days, your metabolic age start reversing. Your blood markers that took years to deteriorate start normalizing. In 6 months, people will ask you, what are you doing differently? Your energy, skin, sleep, and mental clarity will be completely transformed. In a year, you will have the metabolic health of someone who is 10 to 15 years younger than you. Diseases that seem inevitable become preventable. This isn't motivational speaking. This is documented science. People who consume high protein, healthy fats, and fiber-rich vegetable diet have 70% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes, 50% lower risk of developing heart disease. They have 40% lower risk of developing metabolic syndrome. And as they age, their cognitive function is significantly better than their peers. Here is what I find most remarkable in my practice. It's not about physical changes. When you master metabolic meals, you develop what I call metabolic freedom. You stop fearing food, you stop yo-yo dieting, you stop having that mental chatter what to eat next. You become someone who naturally chooses food that makes you feel amazing. You walk into any restaurant, any social situation, any culture, and instinctively you know how to build a meal that serves your metabolism. This becomes an effortless intuition, not rigid rules. Your friends and family ask you for advice. You radiate energy and vitality. This formula doesn't change your meals, it changes your identity. We are not building better meals here. We are starting a metabolic revolution. Imagine a world where people understand that food is medicine and steady energy is normal. And these metabolic diseases becomes rare instead of epidemic. You have the power to be the part of this change. Every person building metabolic meals can be a beacon for their family, friends, and the community. If this video shifted how you think about food forever, please smash the like button and share this with someone who's always feeling tired. Please subscribe to this channel because I need your support. And together we can help this world eliminate metabolic health diseases like type 2 diabetes and fatty liver. Also, what we are building over next 52 weeks will add years to your life and life to your years. Your metabolic transformation starts with your very next meal. Make it count. I'll see you next week, and remember, you're not just feeding your body, you are designing your future.